Just for recording, can I have a move and a second from somebody who was Councillor Van Nooyen and Councillor Machin? All those in, so we are moving the minutes. Are there any matters of fact in these minutes? Actually, Councillor Bell.
There's just got a little typo. It says that the Trust is looking to expand to make sure it is fully represented by the South Waikato. I'm thinking it should say to make sure it's fully representative of the South Waikato as a whole.
Representative, thank you. Any other matters of fact? So we've got Councillor Van Nooyen moved, Councillor Machin seconded. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. Are there any matters arising from these minutes? Councillor Van Nooyen?
On page 76, my information request during the campaign, it became really obvious to me that lack of access to broadband and so on and mobile phone is a real issue in the district.
Yes.
And I would like council. I have been personally involved. I contacted Spark and I asked them, can I go on 4G network? And the answer to that was, you have no access to it. And then an expert came to my place and he measured it. He said, it's fine. But so Spark wasn't very helpful. So I think anything that council can do to help people in the rural area that have got good access would be
Sure.
helpful.
But I mean, even in the likes of the T-Row community itself, there are issues there as well. So, Mr. Hobbs, you said that something had been done. What's happened?
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship, through you. So we put a submission. There was money made available by central government going back probably almost 2 years ago now. This was the second phase of the ultra-fast fibre rollout, the rural broadband and mobile black spots. I can't remember the amounts for ultra-fast and rural rural broadband. Black spots was only $3 million. It wasn't a lot. That was for towers and things up. Pretty much we had to identify what we would do in terms of making land available or resource available, investing in towers and things like that, which we obviously don't have a budget for. We did put an application in and identify the issues we have, which identified State Highway 1 between here and T-Row and a lot of positions, our rural areas, river trails, etc. We were put into a pot. We did get some advice that the Tarra had been given priority around fibre. Well, we can say priority, it was in the list ahead of the likes of T-Row and so on. But no decisions have actually been made for anywhere, which is very frustrating. And I did see on the agenda for rural and provincial, which is unfortunately coming up when we have council meetings in a couple of weeks, so I can't go. But I think, is it Joe Bushy, I think is the minister, is actually speaking to it at that meeting. So once that meeting's held, hopefully we'll give you an update as to where it's at. But we have put pressure on. I've talked to Louise a couple of times about it. We're in the queue. That's all I can tell you. I'm sorry.
All right. I'll just keep putting the pressure on. Thank you. Moving on then, we've got on page 78, we've got the Corporate and Regulatory Committee minutes. And these are of the 8th of September. Councillor Van Nooyen, it was your committee, do you have any comments on these?
No.
No?
I was happy with how the minutes were good.
You were, thank you. So can I have, first of all, are there any matters of fact?
No.
Worship, I was a little bit concerned. Of course, this is the meeting where the airport was raised, and it's been a matter of some discussion after that, prior to the election. On page 83, 84, where Councillor Brusina raised the matter.
It's at the bottom of page 83, yes, yeah.
Bruce Simpson, and then we go over the page, which is on the airport, the next two paragraphs. Then we move into the TYR decision. Chairperson made an apology regarding the TYR decision, and then we go down to almost the last paragraph. Councillor Machin said that the drone-based proposal was not clear. I thought that was one whole discussion, and yet we've got bits of TYR at the start of the meeting and bits of TYR in there. I don't think it's any great importance, but it may be
Just
better if
continuity.
the continuity put them together.
Alright, thank you for that.
Well, apart from that, I have no issues with the actual minutes themselves.
So can I have a mover, Councillor Bell?
Yeah, so just a minor thing, it just says council on page 79 under matters arising, and Councillor Bell noted that Sunday she could smell the coronation. I actually said the opposite. I said that I was querying and trying to ensure that our water was chlorinated in light of what happened in Hawke's Bay, and I said that you couldn't, I said in most places where it's chlorinated you can smell the chlorination, and you couldn't smell any in the tower area.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So with those changes, with those matters of fact, can I have a mover and a seconder for the minutes, please? Councillor Van Rooyen is moving his minutes, Councillor Lee is seconding them. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. Thank you. Councillor Van Rooyen. Matters arising? Yes.
I haven't changed my opinion on the Te Waikato walkway and the work that has been done. I am really concerned about the busy time of the year coming up, and in my view, the department could very easily disregard the science that is at platform at present. And I know we haven't got additional budget for it, but at the last meeting we had all the tenders, and reputational damage to the council was identified as a risk and as a real risk, and I'm really concerned that we could end up suffering reputational damage to our council if the Te Waikato walkway isn't trying to work properly this kind of summer.
We did put money in the budget for the Te Waikato, for this Christmas, for extra parking. Yeah, Mr. Holmes. Yeah.
Thank you, Bishop. Just an update on the way how Councillor Van Rooyen's right. Our interventions to date have been minor to a degree. We have met with a number of different stakeholders, NZTA, neighbours, police have been contacted. We've got a meeting on Monday set up for a governance or code management group with Rokala to determine the big picture.
That is on Monday.
That's on Monday. And from that, I hope we will then identify or have a mandate to call a working plan together, which will be made up of representatives of neighbours, of police, of themselves, Rokala, etc. So we can start making some clear decisions. One thing the council did put some money into some interventions out there. We have struggled to find any overflow parking. There's only really one paddock that's accessible, but that's on the other side of the road from Swimming Hole, from Whites Road. The farmer is not keen to have it because of health and safety issues, not keen to make that available to us, so I can understand that. We're talking right in the tower about a park and road type scenario and considering that. There is land available on SD Road to utilise that potentially, so parking areas should be given. But again, very early days, we've got to before we've made a decision on that. One thing that is occurring in the next week or two will be the signs at either end of the walkway identifying no swimming, because we are still getting people at the Puna. We did consider your concern around where the signs positioned at the Puna, Councillor Van Rooyen. Our issue there is that if we move it to a more prominent place, it's going to be right over the sight line to the Puna, so you're going to lose the aesthetics. So we're at between a rock and a hard place there. So it probably doesn't give you a hell of a lot of comfort for the summer, other than we are working on it. Certainly the neighbours are very well engaged and have now created a phone tree, I believe, where if there are issues they can support each other and know who to call around trying to rectify all the issues out there. So hopefully that's a bit of an overview of where we're at. The toilet's now operational at the Whites Road end, that's up and running.
We put about $56,000 into it at the end of plan, didn't we, to do that? And I think we've pretty well done everything from that we said we would do. Yeah.
The majority of that was around the toilets.
So yes.
So that's been done. But yes, as I say, the money we haven't spent to date, terms of trying to find that overflow car parking on Whites Road, but we will use that for other occasions out there. I think the biggest opportunity for us at walking at the cost is probably putting wardens or some sort of ambassador at either end to warn people before they actually leave the car. And they can't sort of again that will cover the cost.
So we've also put 20,000 in to increase the maintenance along the walkway. So what is it that you're thinking that should be done?
It's particularly the platform. When you walk up to the platform, there is a sign on the side saying no swimming. And in my view, people can just walk up to the platform, never even see that sign. And also, I don't think there are enough rails there. I have seen people just slipping through the rails and going through the water. So it should be made a bit more difficult to I saw kids just going between the rails and then they hopped into the water. And I said something at that particular time and the parents picked up on it and called the kids back.
Yeah.
There are not many times.
So Councillor Van Rooyen, I think a good opportunity for you to voice that is, are you coming to the meeting on Monday? Because
if I'm able to.
yes, you are able to. If you are able to, yes, because you are invited to it. That's the co-management group.
We should, I was just going to say that we've got the JMA co-management group, which is Councillor Lee, Councillor Van Rooyen, Councillor Gash, and Your Worship. And we've proposed to Rukawa that that also becomes the Te Waihau co-management group. So same individuals, albeit with a slightly different mandate.
Yeah. Councillor Van Rooyen.
So just if I might respond to Councillor Van Rooyen's comments about reputational risk, there was a withering attack on the council at the Drive Trust meeting that I attended recently in terms of the council's performance, and it was done by a neighbour who happened to sit on the Drive Trust, so that's probably telling you what it was, but it was, your point about reputational risk is quite significant in that forum, and there have been various applications to the Drive Trust for assistance out there, but in terms of the trustee that we operate under, there wasn't quite how could we make it work. So I think your point is well made about reputation and the neighbours out there, and hopefully as I was aware of now with a group together, and that's all good. But the other comment I made, Your Worship, is in response to the car parking. All the farms out there, and they would bring me a bit during the election too, but they're all commercial sort of people, and if we needed a paddock to park cars, that is the key issue. As the busy summer comes up, and council was prepared to pay them in sort of arrangement like Mystery Creek Field Days, where you have this thing, all the neighbours up there offer their paddocks as car parks, but it's for a fee. And I don't know whether that's been considered, but that would be a huge assistance. And one of the neighbours there told me after church on Sunday that they had some people drive all the way up there, race where the cows are going to the paddocks, went all the way to the back paddock, turned around, came back, went in the side gate. It's sort of this whole freedom of cars that is what's really causing the issue. So those are just a couple of my observations. I'm sure it's a long-standing issue here and I'm a bit new to it, but the reputational risk, as I say, the Drive Trust certainly had a pretty withering attack, and it wasn't pleasant to listen to.
Through you, Richard, something I didn't mention before is part of our conversation with NZTA is that they will be looking to put in interventions through the summer at Whites Road, so that is a state highway, they control that. So slowing down the traffic and putting barriers on some people so people can't park on shoulders. We know there is an issue with parking over driveways on Whites Road. Again, part of people see us as being the issue. It is an NZTA issue and we are working with them around that. Part of the problem we have on Whites Road particularly, I'll go back a step. Rukawa have an issue with people swimming on the permit. Part of our thinking around intervening and that was to stop people going to Leslie Road end. So rather than making it a kilometre walk in, we're making it 4 or 5 k's and hopefully restrict those or reduce numbers that way. Reality is people are still going to park on Leslie Road. All our focus initially was trying to find a car park on Whites Road. I mentioned there was really only one that was appropriate because part of the problem we have is that they're all on the other side of the road, people crossing the narrow bridge. Health and safety is a major consideration, but I understand there are a couple of farms out on Leslie Road now that would be prepared to offer parking, including at the Puna itself. So again, I think part of the conversation I think we will be having as a governance group will be around, well, you know, if we allow people to park out there, how do we actually manage people walking and swimming?
Thank you for that. So, number 8.
What I do need to raise is just as a health and safety concern, we have staff that need to access from the Leslie Road side, and that is what, that access is actually an easement so that people can look after and maintain, including the water take and other assets. We, staff over a number of occasions had difficult situations that have arisen when people have not been prepared to make way for the service vehicles coming in. And so that is something we also have to now take quite seriously from a health and safety perspective, if having pedestrians using that access is a good outcome.
Thank you for that. All right. Okay, no more questions on that? Right. We're moving on though. That was matters arising from the corporate and regulatory committee minutes. There are no more other comments about it? Thank you. So we're on to item 5.12, page 86, and this is the corporate group report. Now, this corporate group report we will just carry on with this in full council for today, but it will sit under corporate and regulatory committee, which is a full committee of council that's going to be chaired by Councillor Baldwin. So, not today, but from now on. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Risha.